All right. So thank you once again. I know we have people join from different region, and we are with different time zone. So I really appreciate you for joining this call. All right. So today we have a lot of things to do. So we are introducing our new students, orientation for our new student for KZ Solution Academy. We'll go through some of our documents. Also, we have our guest here, Mr. Ashraf, who is going to be taking us through subjects on AI. Also, we have Mr. Dele, who is going to be talking about opportunities in data. Okay, then we also have our students, our previous students, those that have gotten job, and those the outgoing batch, and they are going to tell us about their experience in our academy. All right, I'm going to share my screen now. Oh, right. Okay, so once again, we welcome you all. So some of you have met me. My name is Ala Kadolakpo Temitope. I work as a database administrator at Qatar in QMB. I'm a graduate of big data analytics. I have decades of experience on data analytics itself. All right. So this is a data analysis bootcamp for batch 8. So for batch 8, we are, I mean, as you all know, we promised that we are going to teach you from beginning, from zero IT knowledge to become a professional data analyst. All right. So, and I mean, for you to become a professional data analyst, there are a lot of things you need to know. There are a lot of tools you need to know, and we are going to go through all these tools one after the other, and for you to actually have the basis that you need to help you to become the professional data analyst, and which will also help you to get the required job. All right, so I'm not the only one in this great academy. This is our tutors. These are the people that we work together to make up these great things. Okay, so from the left, we have Mr. John. Mr. John is a senior database administrator. He's in the US. Okay, we also have Mr. Uche. Mr. Uche is in Nigeria, is our infrastructure analyst. We have Mr. Godwin. Mr. Godwin. So these are actually co-founder. We founded this school together. So Mr. Godwin is a consultant, he's a senior SQL DBA consultant also in the US. We are going to be meeting these people one after the other once the class starts. All right, we also have our business analyst, Oluwafumilayo Mary Alaka. I believe some of you have been sending requests to her. That is our finance analyst. We have Mr. Hedex, which is also a senior database administrator in the US. And we have Mr. Lawrence. So you are going to be meeting Mr. Lawrence a lot. That is, we call him Mr. Ezel. So he's very good at what he does. So Mr. Lawrence is a senior data analyst and he is in Nigeria. All right, so we are going to we'll go directly to one of the main reasons why we are here today, bringing in our able Mr. Muhammad Ashraf. So I'm going to introduce him a little bit before he comes on. So Ashraf is actually, I mean, he is he's a senior data engineer, a cloud architecture, and have a lot of experience on AI. I met Mr. Ashraf in one of these meeting organized by Microsoft, and he is a big boss in what he does. So he's an AI specialist. He's also Udemy course author. He has courses on Udemy. So I'm going to bring him in. He's going to be talking about opportunities in information technology, then mainly on AI agent, augmented AI, the future beyond AI. So many of us, we have been hearing AI. What is actually this AI? How is this AI used? How can it be beneficial to you? How can you use AI in what you are doing? Many of us, when you are hearing AI, we only know about ChatGPT. What other AIs do we have? How do we create this AI ourselves to meet our needs? So I'm going to be giving the floor to Mr. Ashraf. Mr. Ashraf, you can come on.
Hi everyone, good evening. Thank you, Mr. Aziz, for inviting me for this session. I'm really happy that there's a lot of students and professionals working in data and AI here. So if you could please give me a quick background about the participants, that will be great. Like, are they college students or the participants who will be attending today's session?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you, Mr. Ashraf. So participants across all the ways, from the learner to experts. So we have AI, we have data experts on the course, and we also have the beginner on the course on the call.
Okay, so anyway, inshallah. So, Assalamu alaikum. Let me get started. I will share my screen. As Mr. Aziz has clearly mentioned, this session will be a discussion mostly on the new AI uh, releases, for example. So I hope all of you has used ChatGPT. So if you could please open the chat and tell me yes or no, have you used ChatGPT? So please answer in the chat whether yes or no. Could you please answer? Yeah. So I think people are answering. MashaAllah, very good. I can see 2 messages, 3, 4. So everybody has used ChatGPT. Some of them has not used. So the majority of the people have used ChatGPT. Okay. So uh, uh, I will share my screen. Actually, can I share my screen? I'm sending a request.
Yeah. Sure. You can share it.
Okay. So here, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope all of you have used, majority of the students have used ChatGPT. So those who have not used ChatGPT, let me just give you a glimpse of how ChatGPT works. So ChatGPT is about an LLM model developed by OpenAI, which will help you to give the, which will help you to prompt for the questions you have, and it is going to give a response. So it is basically generative AI, which will enable you to ask anything of your interest. So for example, let me ask ChatGPT. So the URL to access ChatGPT for those who have not used is this. I will put it in the chat. So you can simply access this URL and you can access ChatGPT. So I request all of you to create an account. It's free and it is very, very useful. Okay. So I have mentioned the URL there. Now what we will do is we will access ChatGPT and I'm going to ask, please tell me the, career. Hope you can see my screen. Career path in agentic AI, right? I'm just asking anything, right? So what ChatGPT is doing is it has a huge amount of knowledge base behind the scene, and it will go and search the document, and it is going to give me the response of what are the different career path in agentic AI, right? So you know about AI. In today's session, we'll discuss about what is agentic AI. So I just asked ChatGPT to provide me the career path in agentic AI. So it is giving me a lot of details. Can please mute those who are not speaking.
Yeah, continue, please.
Okay, so here what we are doing is I just prompted for the career path because we all are here to upskill our career, to get better job, more salary, get promotion, right? So I'm asking ChatGPT to give me a career path in agentic AI. So what career ChatGPT is giving me an immediate response, right? So I don't want to go through all these details. I will just tell him, please provide only the main points, right? So it is just giving me a simpler level. So you have entry level job opportunities, like you can be a junior AI engineer, you can be a mid level, you can be a senior level, you can be on the research track and industries. So now what I will do is I'll ask ChatGPT to create a table with this career path or with this role and the current salary for each role in each different in US, UK, and Qatar. So I'm asking ChatGPT is like your friend, it is like a friend who is, as per the article which was published recently, ChatGPT is having the brain almost similar to Albert Einstein, right? That is what they say. So you can use ChatGPT to ask any of your doubts or any of your queries. ChatGPT behind the scene will query its database, and it will immediately give you the response. So that is the beauty of ChatGPT, right? So here I just asked him to create a table. So I did not do any programming. I just even you can speak, right? See, for example, I can click on here and I can speak in my language. So create a table with the career path in agentic AI. I'm just speaking. I'm not even typing, right? So it will take my content, and it is going to, I'm just pressing the enter button. It is giving me the option which response you would like. You have option 1, you have option 2, whichever you would like, you can choose. So this is about ChatGPT, right? So if you, one second, let me show you one more thing. So first of all, you should know what is ChatGPT. So that's why I just added this one to give you a knowledge about ChatGPT. Okay. So as you know now what is ChatGPT, I will show you something. So basically in ChatGPT, you can ask any question of your choice. So yeah. So ChatGPT is nothing but a large language model. It has a large language model developed by OpenAI. And what it does is, see, here I ask ChatGPT to give me the career path, or I can ask ChatGPT to list the good computer training center in Nigeria. Let me see, right? Maybe our training center will pop up, right? So I can ask anything, right? Or tell me, let me enter this. Let me see what is coming. So what I'm doing is I'm sending a text to a large language model, and the large language model is giving me a response, right? So even I can also, what I can do is I can also upload an audio message. Large language will give me an output. I can also create an image. For example, see here are some of the top computer IT training center in Nigeria. Maybe you guys know this. There are some locations mentioned. I can also tell, please create in table format. So what it will do is it will give me a better this thing, right? So NIIT, Aptech, all these things are there, right? Now I can also do, please tell me, please create a image to teach me about large language model. So what it is doing is I'm giving an input and ChatGPT is creating the image for me. You see? So this is the beauty, right? So here, when you send an input, it is giving me an image output. I send an text input and I got an image output. I can even tell, if I have a paid license, I can even tell ChatGPT to create the video, right? So whatever you might have seen, a lot of AI tools available now, you can do a lot of different things. Okay. So it is simply, it is creating now. So now what is agents? So to understand agent, let us understand this use case. So here I have one of my company, one of my friends' companies there. Maybe you also have companies like this in Nigeria and across the world. It is a company called Technova. Okay. So Technova is an IT company where they have there are a lot of employees, there are a lot of projects, customers, everything. What is they have all this solution in their digital landscape. For example, they have an HR system, they have a procurement system, they have an accounting system, inventory system, service desk. These are all the applications they have currently running in their digital landscape. So they have invested a huge amount of money to do this digital transformation, and they have all these solutions. However, there is a problem because HR system does not talk to the procurement system. They all work in silos. So HR system is really good. It can manage employee, it can create employee IDs, it can create email address, it can do all these things. But it will not talk to the procurement team, right? And procurement application does not talk to the accounting application. Accounting application does not talk to the inventory, so and so forth. So here, this is actually how the digital landscape of any organization, this is where agentic AI is a key, plays a key role, right? So if you take currently the IT industry or any enterprise or any banking, any education, health, any organization currently, all of them have all these applications. They have HR system, they have procurement system, inventory system, everything. But the problem is they don't talk to each other. So now when you have this kind of large language models like ChatGPT, we would like to create a digital workforce who has the brain of ChatGPT. So now we know that we have a company, we have this landscape, we have a problem, right? The problem is the system, they don't talk, right? So the system, they don't talk to each other. Now, what is happening is the chief technology officer is having a meeting with an AI architect. So just imagine you are the AI architect of that organization, and the chief technology officer is coming and telling you that we need to create a digital brain for procurement. So digital brain for procurement, what he meant is we need to create an agentic AI, or for example, augmented agent, which can implement the large language models in the organization, right? So AI architect is planning to build an agent called Zoya. Zoya, I just gave it a name because when I Googled it, it is a feminine name that the meaning of that name is love or life. So I just gave a name, right? So I'm going to build an agent for this organization as an AI architect. I'm planning to develop an agent. What the agent will do is it can come online and as an autonomous agent with full system access across the digital landscape, right? So we have a problem. We have organization, as I said, any organization, if you take, almost all the organization will have all these solutions, but the problem is they don't talk. So as an AI architect, I'm developing an agent called Zoya, which will be talking to each of this application. So what Zoya can do? So for example, now imagine that you want to, like one of the organization, like you are hired, right? You are hired in the organization and you are requesting for a new hardware. Okay. So when you request for new hardware, the scenario is you are a machine learning engineer. You need a GPU enabled laptop for your development. So you are recently hired in that particular organization called Technova. And in order for you to develop or you start your work, what you need a GPU enabled laptop. Okay. So what is this? The problem here is, I hope all of you know that if you request for anything in the current organization, though they have all the system, at least minimum how many days it will take? Could you please tell me in the chat how many days it will take if you order for anything? Like for example, I'm requesting for a new laptop into my organization. I hope all of you are working either in the schools or studying or whatever, right? So if I request for a new laptop, can you tell me what are the process or how many days it will take to for you to get that laptop. Like today, I'm going to the office, I'm talking to the manager, I'm saying I need a new laptop. How many days it will take? Can you please give me a guess? Like, for example, 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, how many days it will take? All of you, please open the chat. And yeah, Musa has said 7 days. Yeah, that is actually correct, because minimum 7 to 2 weeks. Yeah, 1 week, right? Because the problem is, the problem, what is here? The problem is, if you see, technical hardware request workflow, right? So I hope all of you can see my screen. This is a normal workflow. So without agent, right? Without AI agent, how the flow goes? So employee will submit the request. As a machine learning engineer, you will have a lengthy form with technical specification and justification, where you will enter all these things. You will say why you need, for how many days you need, what is your role. There will be a big form, right? So that form will go to the manager approval, right? So the manager will request, manager, that form itself, manager will, we don't know when he will see, right? He might have received an email, right? So he might see the email, he might not see the email. So request sits in the manager queue because he want to approve based on the budget allocated, right? So you are an IT department in that organization, right? IT department will have certain, like for example, $1 million budget for a year, right? So the manager, before approving, he need to see how much budget he has used, right? Then it goes to the technical team. So let's say that the budget is there. After 2-3 days, he found that we have a budget, we can give it to this user. Then after that, it goes to the technical team. Technical team will do what? It will validate the specification, it will validate the compatibility with the current system, and it will create an amount, and it goes to the finance department. Again, it will go and sit in finance department for 2-3 days. It will check the budget, it will see for the policies, whether the policies are assigned. So all these things are working or happening in silos, right? So now all these things, right? So here I just requested for one laptop, and I have invested huge amount of money in the organization. I have all the system. The problem is, in order for me to get the laptop, as we have seen in the chat, as our friends said, it takes up to 1 to 2 weeks, right? So now what we are going to do is, we will have an AI powered request workflow. So when you have an AI powered request workflow, you will have something like this. You will have a chat. You will have a chat GPT kind of an interface, where you will ask, like for example, just imagine this is I need a GPU for my work. This is all I'm saying, right? So I'm just asking, I'm just chatting, I'm just in the application, the chat interface. What I'm saying is, I need a GPU to develop GPU machine to develop AI model, right? So if you remember initially, I have to fill a big form, right? I have to say a lot of things. So now if you have your agentic AI implemented in your organization, the beauty of that agentic AI is that all you need is to enter one line. That's it. So now the agent will start working, right? So the agent will start working, in the sense, you need to understand that there is a brain running inside the system. So by the prompt of the user who entered, okay, it will see what is my, you don't have to say that. So your LLM or your agentic AI will see what is your profile, what is your grade, are you eligible to request for a GPU based system? Okay, what is your profile? All this thing, the agent will have an answer. Agent will find out an answer for all these things using his large language model capability. Now, all these things he got answer, right? He will also check, your agent will also check, what is the budget allocated for your team. How much more money we can spend. Agent will also check what are the different companies who has this GPU machine. It will also send email to them asking to send a quotation. Okay. Send a quotation. It will read the quotation. It will read the quotation and it will send to the management for approval. See here, if you remember, all these things I was doing it manually. Now, since I have the agent, it is taking care of all these things and it will send the request from the procurement team to the vendor to purchase the laptop. Then it will send the IT help desk to install and configure the laptop, and it is going to give you it is going to deliver the laptop in your office. So all these things happens in maximum 1 or 2 days because there is no human. See, the only thing is this guy has requested, for example, Aziz is the employee. Aziz is asking the ChatGPT kind of an application to have this GPU machine to develop the model. So if you remember this presentation, here all these things I have to do it manually. The manager has to log in, manager has to see, manager has to check, manager has to allocate the fund. If not, then technical team, all these things is happening using a agent. Agent is taking care of all these things, right? So here, if you see, if you develop this kind of an application, for example, it will be like this. See here, if you see, I have different agents, right? So one agent is there to recognize the intent. One another agent is there to see the compliance, whether that employee can actually request. One agent will be there to do the procurement task. One agent will be there. So all of these things are taken care behind the scene by the agent. So here what happens is the employee is just asking for one question. The agent will do it and it is going to give the response back to the user. So here you can see that the business benefits of having an agentic AI, it will give you 83% faster response, 99% policy compliance. For example, sometimes the user who requested for the GPU, he might not be actually eligible for the laptop, right? So as per the policy of the company, you cannot give him. But since in the traditional monolithic application, it does not have the feature to check the compliance, they might issue the laptop, right? So here, using the agentic AI, it goes and checks whether the policy compliances matters, cost optimization, employee satisfaction, everything will be improved, right? So agentic AI, if you see, there are 5 different components. It has a brain, okay? It has a prompt, it has a memory, it has a knowledge, and it has tools, right? So for example, if you see, this is a agent, a tool which I installed in my system, completely free. This is completely open source, right? So here I can create a new workflow and I can say that I can use an LLM and I can tell which LLM I should use, right? So all these things are possible here. Okay. So that we can discuss later. But however, I want you to understand that there is something called as agents. Agents are nothing but it uses LLMs. LLM is the brain. It will tell, you will tell the agent what is the role of that agent. Sometimes it might be a procurement agent. Sometimes it might be a sales agent. Sometimes it might be a marketing agent. So based on your instruction, it will behave like that. So if I say, for example, in the chat GPT, I will say that you are a sales agent, create an email to my customer, my esteemed customer who used to buy laptops from me. Make the email looks professional and polite. Ask him if he want to order for few more laptops, for example. So I'm saying that the chat GPT that you are a sales agent. So chat GPT, you are giving the instruction to that chat GPT that he is a sales agent. Now he will behave like a sales agent. Now, if you say you are a developer, create an email, then he will behave like a developer, right? So you have the right to tell him, like, for example, when you are hiring a resource to your organization, you will tell him that you are a developer, your roles and responsibilities are 1, 2, 3. Or you are a sales guy, you need to bring the business or 1 million in this year. So like that, to agents, you can tell, you can instruct. So based on your instruction, the agent will behave. So here you see, without just by one prompt, I got the message. I am reaching out to express my sincere appreciation for your continued trust and your blah, blah, blah. We currently have a fresh stock of top performing laptops. See how nicely he's writing. Right now, if I can use agent, what I will do is this, this particular email with agent, what I can do is I can go to the tools and I can send email, right? So I can use the send email tool. Automatically, what it will do is this email will be sent to that particular customer. And once you receive the, once you customer sends back the response, the agent will act again, and agent will do what? It will read the email and it will send an email to the procurement team to procure this laptop and send it back to the customer, right? So agent can do all these things in one shot, right? I hope till here everybody is clear. If any doubts, please put it in the chat, because let's make it very simple. It's a very complicated topic, but it's really happening now, you know, because the lots and lots of jobs will get replaced with this kind of agentic AI. You know, there is something called as uh, digital workforce. Okay, digital workforce is going to come. So all the previous kind of work is going to change. And if you see this slide, just one slide. These guys are company from India. What, you know what they're doing? They are giving the agentic AI. They are giving the agents, because you might have seen some company who give you developer, who give you manager, who give you test engineers. This guy in India, what they are doing is they are developing the agents and they are giving it to the company. There could be sales agent, there could be marketing agent. So this agent will take care of the all the work. So could you please ask me some doubts regarding the question points we discussed? I hope you understood what is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an LLM, is a brain, and then you have agents. Agents are nothing but brain plus tools plus instruction. So AI agent is nothing but brain, that is ChatGPT or LLM, plus
Yeah.
tools plus.
Thank you so much, Ashraf.
Yeah.
So before I believe a lot of people will have questions. I know you should, or everybody should have questions. Okay, so before we start to attend to your question, there is one thing, you know, one of the topic that we want to talk about is opportunities in information technology. So I believe this topic has actually speak loud about it. Because if we refuse to move to the trending field, it's my, in the next 5 years, with what we have seen today, with the advent of agentic AI, in the next 5 years, a lot of jobs are going to be replaced. And the sad thing about it is that it might be too late that time. Because when you get to that time, to move to high T, you entry role will not be available again because it would have been replaced with AI. Very soon, the work of secretary is not going to be available again. The work of a virtual assistant is not going to be available again. The work of PA is not going to be available again. Why? Because of these tools. So this is the right time to switch. This is the right time to move to this role because you can quickly develop yourself and become an expert even before that time. Before that time. All right. So let me leave the floor to others that want to ask questions. Mr. Dele, you have the floor. Please, if you have questions, you can put up your hand.
Thank you very much for this great exposition. To me, it's a eye opener. You know, one good thing about the IT world is the expansion is so it goes in a geometric form, and you as an IT person need to keep pace with that. And you know, I'm so happy that I attended this session this morning because this is something that you just blew my mind with your presentation. Two questions that I have jotted down. The first one is, let's assume in the scenario that you gave, Aziz made his request through the agentic AI, and you know, and however he's not qualified for that laptop. I expect that the AI would almost instantly, after profiling him, return an answer. Is that a correct assumption?
Can you please repeat the question?
Okay, the question is this: Aziz has made a request for a laptop. However, Aziz does not qualify for that laptop. You know, in a normal office setting, it will go through the approval process for like 4 or 5 days, and finally somebody comes back to Aziz and say, "Hey, Aziz, you are not qualified to have this." But I believe with the agentic AI, Aziz should, within minutes get his response and say, "Hey, your profile does not qualify for this laptop." Am I assuming right?
Exactly. That's a very correct understanding. That is what I want all of you to understand. Because see, in the traditional approach, like when Aziz is sending an email, Aziz will send the email and he will wait. But the thing is that the mail will go to the IT help desk. IT help desk will simply forward the request to the facility manager. Facility manager will forward, and it is going to take time, at least 2 to 3 days, for Aziz to receive a response that I'm not eligible for this laptop, right? As per my roles and responsibility, you are supposed to use only desktop. The company is not responsible to give you a GPU. So if you have this AI embedded immediately when Aziz sends a request, it will politely say that, my dear Aziz, as per the company policy, you need to have at least 15 years of experience. Your roles and responsibilities should be 1, 2, 3. That is the reason we will not be able to provide you the laptop. However, you have this company who is selling this laptop for second hand, or you have a friend he will give you that input also. It is like your best friend or a brother who you are asking some question. It will not only give you an answer, but it will also give you another step or a workaround to get the laptop, right? It will also tell you that, see, for example, my laptop, I have a lot of AI models running. Maybe we can have another session where we can actually download the LLMs into your laptops, right? There is something called as Olama, which will enable me to download all the LLMs and put it in my laptop. And however, if you don't have the GPU, the performance will be slow, but you can still, and the Aziz, when he's requesting for this GPU laptop, it will say, see, for the time being, in order for you to do the development, you have a tool called Ollama. You go to this website. Let me show you. Okay, you go to this website, you do this 1, 2, 3, you can download the site and you can actually complete your work, right? So here, if you see, I have my Ollama website. This is Ollama. Let me put this in the chat. Ollama is an open source tool where you can actually go and download all the LLMs into your computer, right? So this is the Ollama website. I hope you can see my screen. Let's see, Ollama.com.
Yes,
okay. So this Ollama.com will help you to download. If you come here, if you go to the models, I can see OpenAI, right? Or I can see if I can search for Mistral. I can see Mistral is another LLM, right? I can download. Actually, I have downloaded and I have used in my small application. I'm just doing something here. So I am using it currently in my application. If you see, I have some workflows where I have used this. See, this is all offline, nothing online, right? So I'm just downloading, I'm creating an agent, I'm using Ollama LLMs, right? So all of these are possible. So that is a very good question because it not only tell you that you are not eligible, it will also give you a workaround, what you should do, how you can complete your work. So that is the beauty.
So the second question, I know this topic is not something that you can, complete extensively within this time allotted to you. I understand that you are a contributor to Udemy. Do you have something on this on Udemy? You are muted if you're talking.
Yeah, muted.
Okay, I will send you the link. I will also create an instructor voucher so that you will get a good discount. And that course is very good. That course, because it took a lot of time to learn because I come from a development background. But unfortunately, they don't need those kind of traditional developers now. So I will show you another one where I created a website. Okay, there is another site called lovable.ai where you can just give the prompt and it will create the website for you, right? So this kind of traditional, that is what, as Ali mentioned, the old way of learning computer is all gone. It's all not required. If you study all those things and go to the industry, maybe you might not get a job, right? So let me create a coupon.
Any other question in the house? Please, if you have question, you can ask so that we'll be able to answer you before we go to the next person.
Well, just I want to add one point. Those who are just coming to the industry, just getting started with your job, or those who are currently working, all of us, including myself, we all should have that learning, mindset. Otherwise, you will be replaced because company, they don't need those guys who are a Java programmer or a full stack developer. Until and unless you are equipped with this all AI's knowledge, it will be very difficult for you to survive. Okay, so please learn from where there are a lot of materials, lot of channels, lot of YouTube videos. Have that thing in mind. Let me also, maybe I can share this screen, this thing, the roles. This is from Gartner. These are the different roles which will come in the future. And all of this, the beauty is you don't need to develop, see the kind of models which I developed, I did not do the entire programming myself, right? I have ChatGPT to create the program for me. There is something called as Vibe Programmer, right? You know, all those Gen Z kids, they say, no, vibe, good vibe, bad vibe. So now it is called vibe programmer, where you don't have to really do the programming by yourself. You can use all these AI tools, but you need to know these are all different options, right? And also the agentic agentic AI model, you can develop without writing the code. That is the beauty. There are tools like Na10. Na10 is another very good tool which will help you to create agentic models without writing the code, right? And that too, not like a simple one. It's like a really, really good one. So guys, there are a lot of things to learn, you know, so always keep your eyes open, try to learn, upskill.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ashraf. Thank you so much. So I want to talk a little bit about the Vibe programmer. You know, that is one of the reasons why coming to a school like ours is very good, because we are going to teach you the background. The way we learn nowadays is simpler. I mean, it's easy. It's easier compared to how we learned that time. That time there was no ChatGPT. You know, that time we only use Google, and you have to be checking one link to the others. Now, the main thing is for you to know what you want to do. Once you know the use case, you can put the use case on ChatGPT. It's going to provide the script to you. You know, one of our students here that graduated from our school, he got a job as a junior programmer. We taught him data analysis, skills on data analysis, in which SQL was part of it, Python and every other things. He got a job as a software engineer or programmer, software engineer, and he came as a data analyst. You know, so that's what I'm trying to say is that this platform will give you the background on what you need. Then it is left to you to now build on that background, check different video. You know, you can diversify to different field. As you can see, like in the next 5 years now, we are not going to be hearing some roles again. There are some new roles you are going to be hearing, and the main thing is on data. When we are talking about AI, LLM, everything builds on data. So when you start and you cannot just, I mean, it has step. You cannot just say today I want to become a data scientist. You know, you have to start from somewhere. So starting as a data analyst, then you build yourself, you can become a data, you can become a data scientist, you can become a data engineer, you know, different field you can diversify into. So thank you once again, Mr. Ashraf, for the beautiful section. Thank you. And I believe people will still have more questions. And once we get the question, we are going to send it to you so that you can give us the answer. And we hope to see you more. We are going to invite you and another time to also learn more from you. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. And I just as a last note, I really appreciate your initiative, because this is the kind of institution the kids should have, because they will never get this kind of training from college, right? Because this is focused on IT, focused on data and AI, and you have that curriculum to help the students to learn. And you're bringing all those instructors, trainers from across the globe, the best one for the students, right? So this is really the kind of place where you can upskill, and I really appreciate your initiative.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Ashraf. Thank you. Thank you,
everyone.
Thank you.
So just let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help you anytime.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Mr. Ashraf. All right, so we are going to our next guest speaker is Mr. Dele. Some of us already know Mr. Dele. Mr. Dele is a senior database administrator. He works in the US. He works in a bank. You know, he's very good at what he does. He actually graduated from this school, from data analysis to data scientist, and he's doing great. So we are going to give the floor to Mr. Dele now to talk about, just give us brief about after acquiring data analysis skills, what is next? What are the benefits that you are going to have if you are able to get employment in this role? Mr. Dele, you have the floor now.
Thank you very much, Marga. I would want to, you always remind my boss, and thank you for, teaching me this part. I cannot but be grateful. I want to acknowledge the presence of my colleagues and lecturers. I can't. I don't want to be partial. I would have loved to call names, but I don't want to sound partial. Then I want to acknowledge the presence of my boss. My boss, I see him in this session too. He actually started the molding of Dele before Dele became a data scientist. Having said that, let me quickly go into the topic of today. Opportunities in data, in IT, streamlining it to data. You know, I want to, come down to the basic so that we can all flow towards the picture that I want to paint. I want to be an artist this afternoon, it's afternoon here in the US. I want to be an artist and I want everybody to just, follow me. If you recall one time, there was this agricultural revolution around the world. People needed food. The population was growing. And around that time, that was when the European came to Africa to, pick some of our great-grandfather because they needed laborers in the farm. That was a revolution that was taking place. Agricultural revolution, because the people in the European countries, in the US, were not enough to do the farm work. They resorted to driving down months and months on sea just to come to Africa to pick labor. And after some time, we discovered that era went away because some people now started thinking that instead of having tens of thousands of men in the farm, why not make a machine that will do the work of these 10,000 men? Why not develop something that will do the work of these people? And that era in the time of the Industrial Revolution. Industry sprang up. Machine took over the job of men. And the Europeans could not, they started thinking, what do we do with these people that we brought all the way from Africa? That gave birth to places like Jamaica, places like Liberia, where Sierra Leone, Freetown, where they had to move those unneeded slaves, ex-slaves, back to. And today, if you come to the US, you see that the population is mixed because there are blacks who have their origin from Africa, and there are the indigenous whites and indigenous Americans. And that era, industrial era, was booming. It was booming, and suddenly we started hearing about crude oil because now we have big ships, aeroplanes that needed fuel. And that brought the era of the crude oil revolution. Places like Qatar, where my bosses reside, sprang up. Places like Nigeria, started becoming very relevant because we had, crude oil. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you the truth. That era is fading away. One time, if somebody comes to you and say, well, you ask him, where do you work? You say, I work with Mobi. You look at him and say, hey, the king has arrived. But it's no longer like that. Things are changing. And we are gradually moving into we are not even moving. We are already in the era where data powers everything. Everything we do, we leave a trail of data behind us. And with time, people began to understand that, hey, this information, this data is simply information. This information that people are living about in their daily life can be very useful if properly harnessed. And that is the era where we are now. That is, the time. The time and season. And it takes a smart and wise person to understand times and season. Because if you are not smart enough to know that this is the season, you will be surprised. The season will walk past you and you will not know. Most times I talk to people I'm a Nigerian. Let me start by that. My name will tell you that I'm Nigerian from the western part of Nigeria, and I also grew up in the Midwest through the eastern part of Nigeria. So I'm a full-blooded Nigerian. You know, most times when I talk to people from home, I tell them you don't need to, you know, hold on to that your certificate and say, oh, I read this in school and therefore I'm looking for this job. Because in actual sense, that job that you are looking for relies 100% on data to survive now. So why not go and look for the data, the knowledge? And like we just heard today, learning about data is quite very, very easy compared to when I was in school. I remember back then when I was in school, my colleagues that were doing computer science, you hear them talk about C++, C++, COBOL, and those big language, and they say they are learning it. And at the end of the day, you ask them, how does this one translate to your daily life? They cannot relate. But now the way we learn data is something you see it at work. Ashafa just showed us, how beautiful AI is. But the truth of the matter is, AI, he mentioned it, AI without the data is just an empty model. So the learning is powered on data. First, the AI will first learn with the data at hand, and now begin to, from the learning, make prediction, answer your question, give output based on past learning. So data is life now. I can, just mention any field of life, and I will tell you how the trail of data that you leave behind is useful in, future prediction, future action. Is it healthcare? Is it religion? Just mention any field of life. Aviation, just mention it. Bank, mention it. Data is life. Data is business. That is the era that we are. And having said this as a general form, how can you be useful in this era? There are lots and lots of things that you can do. I came here with about six points, and I intended talking about 4, but coming here today, I just added another one that Ashafa just thought of now, agentic AI, and I intend to look into that aspect too. But you can be a data engineer. That is one beautiful thing. Data engineer, they have so much. You can be a data engineer creating ETL pipeline. ETL is extract, transform, and load. Is a language, meaning what a data engineer does, when you create, when I say you are creating pipeline, ETL pipeline is you are extracting data from different sources. You are, transforming the data, cleaning it up, making it into the form that is useful, and you are loading it somewhere where somebody else will come and make use of it. And ladies and gentlemen, don't be surprised. That is all a data engineer does, and he earns good money. Here in the US, we say they earn 6 figures. Just put your 1 and add 50 to it, and you know what I mean. So a data engineer, would get data from different sources, transform the data, polish it, clean it up, and load somewhere where another set of people will come and do it. Take a look at those data. And what are those set of people? The data analysts, the job, the training that you're about taking now. What do you guys do? From that data that is loaded and kept somewhere, you can now make, be able to look at this data and pick out trends and say, hey, The reason why this company did not make this much is because of this. If this company does this, they will improve this. So now, managing a company has gone beyond my MD is a genius. There is no MD that is a genius anymore, because now MDs, they make decisions based on the output of data that is supplied by data analysts. You know, when you can see your sales, for example, your sales across region, you will know that in the north I am not doing so well. In the south I am doing very well. What is it that I'm doing in the south that I'm not able to do in the north? Your MD can now sit down and look at those data and say, oh, in the north we are not doing enough advertisement as much as we are doing in the south. So let's channel more fund to the north. And at the end of the day, by the time north begins to perform as well as south, people say, the MD is a genius. There's no MD that is a genius. It is just the MD is working on data provided by people like you and me, that, you know, data analysts. From there, you know, you can also decide to look at a data scientist and AI person. You know, I wouldn't want to, you know, hammer so much. Ashafa has done so much, you know, for us, and I just want to say a data scientist just goes further to make predictions. You know, build machine learning that can learn from past data, learn from past trend, and now make prediction about future trend. So that when you ask question and say, hey, if I increase advertising in the north and by so percentage, what will I get as my result profit? And the data scientist can able, you know, based on models and algorithms, will now build models that will tell you those results, just like the AI that you are chatting with. You know, AI is just a bigger version of the machine learning, where there's a lot of data available for the machine to learn and answer questions. So the beautiful thing is you can decide to be anything. You can decide to be anything. What do I mean? I mean, all you need to is come for the basic. 5 years ago, I made that decision to come for the basic, and I have never regretted it. When you know the basic and you are willing to work on it and you are willing to learn, you will discover that at the end of the day, when you get in, you now begin to know where you are coming from and where you are heading to. Because personally, I came in as a database administrator stroke analyst, and now I'm a data scientist, and I'm looking, the more I look at this thing, the more I see that in the next 20 years, this industry is still expanding. New things are still coming up, because the more we, you know, every activity that we do, we leave a trail of data behind us. And those trail of data, we need somebody that will gather them and harness them. We need somebody that will not only harness them, but clean them up, polish them, and put them somewhere. We need somebody that will come and from those repositories, those storage, come and make meaningful interpretation. We need somebody that, based on those storage, can now make informed judgment about the future. We need somebody that will gather this thing in large number and teach machine that will act like humans, that will have brains like women, that will, you know, do so many things, reason like us. At times when I use most of this AI, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, when I use them, at times I begin to wonder, am I talking to somebody inside, or am I talking to myself or my wife behind the screen? So by the time you get used to this thing, you understand that leaving whatever field you are now and coming to IT and getting the basic and now make a determined decision that, oh, I want to learn this thing, will take you to the top. 20 years time, we are still rocking this industry because this industry has just started. We are just starting. So in conclusion, there's also one aspect of this data thing of a thing, the administration of that data. Somebody that manages, keep the data secure, keep the data handy, easily to access, and keep the data, keep the flow going. That person is a database administrator. That is another field entirely. So everywhere you look in this data industry, you discover that, hey, we cannot exhaust the knowledge and the opportunity in this industry. I don't want to start talking about data inputter because gradually they are phasing out. But that is also another aspect of data management, data work. I don't want to start talking about data governance and security. There's so many things that, so many fields. But what I would say is, let's take your conventional browsing to buy something on the internet, or browsing to buy, let's take browsing to buy something on eBay. When you log into that machine and you input your name, you are creating an account, you input your name, your age, your address and everything, email, you've just left a bunch of data behind you. When you finally decide to buy maybe a speaker, you just left another set of data behind you. How do you know? The next time you want to log into that eBay account, as soon as you type your first, second, third, something comes up, your full detail comes up and say, okay, as soon as you log in, it will give you the history of what you bought. I will now make suggestions on what you can buy. Oh, last time you came in to buy speaker. Now you must buy Michael Jackson's CD to listen to the speaker, or you need a TV. Those predictions, those suggestions are made based on your last purchase. And all these things, the Netflix, if you pick a movie now, it will tell you, based on this your selection, you can also watch this. Those are classifications. Those are association rules at work. And these are data at work. I want to congratulate everyone that will be joining this batch. Last batch, I introduced a colleague of mine in the office. I saw him, we're always talking at lunchtime, and he will say, oh, I don't understand. He's purely an infrastructure DBA. So he got a job, and he was to support applications, and he started seeing various forms of ETL at work, and he will come and say, I don't understand this thing. I will explain. One day, it clicked to my mind, I say, this thing that you are explaining to this man, you actually learn it from somewhere. And I recommended the last batch to him. We actually talked on a Thursday, and the next day I called my boss and I said, can you accommodate this guy? I know this class has started. And he said, okay, we're already 3 weeks or 4 weeks gone. If he can catch up, I wouldn't mind. And the guy joined. And from the next Monday, I think he attended Saturday, Sunday, and the next Monday in the office, he he came to my office, knocked. I said, come in. He came in and said, you are wicked. I said, what have I done? So you have this kind of resources, and you did not bother to tell me ever since I've been crying. That the lecture that I attended on Saturday, I exhausted the money that I paid for the whole program. So whatever thing I learned on Sunday till the end of the program is for free. Because what I learned on Saturday was actually what my other colleagues have been, using me to play. They jest and say, he doesn't know it, and he calls himself a data scientist or a data somebody working with data. Now in the office, the guy is a guru. They come to him now and say, hey, Mike, how do you do? So that is how powerful this program is. This is somebody that is already working. And for him to attend this class and say, hey, the first class that I attended, the first one, I exhausted my money. Every other one, they are just giving me for free. So for those of us that want to, begin this program, I say congratulations, because I can see my Oga Godwin, he will testify. This changed my life, changed my life. And just for your information, I never did anything computer when I began this journey. If it is more than watching TV, watching movie on laptop, and doing some abracadabra type letter, copy Excel line, and that is all I know about IT. But to the glory of God, now I can say, if I told my boss that I wanted to take 2 weeks leave, and he was saying no, we need to split it 2 days in the 2 weeks you need to work. That is showing that I'm useful to the setup. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can begin from anywhere. You don't need to be a computer guru. You don't need to know COBOL, C++, and those big grammar. Learning IT is much easier now than before. I do not have knowledge of anything IT, but if you look behind me now, you know that it has gone beyond not having knowledge. And these things, now I begin to wonder, why didn't I take the pain to even know this thing then? I used to look at it as being out of this world, but now it is not. It's something that you can sit down with videos. We cannot testify. Just 20 minutes with us with AI. I'm very sure many of us will leave here today and go back and be looking for ChatGPT, for those of us that have not, had interaction with ChatGPT. And for those of us that have had interaction in the past, now we can now understand, this is what is going on in the background. Just, this brief lecture. You now imagine spending 3-4 hours with Ashafa's video. By the time you come out, you'll be talking AI. That is how to, but you just need to have the basic, the foundation. And that foundation is what Z is presenting you the opportunity to come and learn. I think I want to, if you give me the time, I will keep talking and talking and talking, because
Thank you. I trust you. I trust you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that beautiful speech. Thank you. So I believe some of us will have questions. Please, if you have question, note it. Okay, so you remember this section, this training, this program is for batch 8 orientation. So we want you to actually know the reason why you are here. We want to encourage you to also see that this thing is real. It's not just something that is not real. Because you don't have any understanding on IT does not mean you cannot be the best out there. You can see Mr. Daly is the best in his field now. He's the best in his field. Everybody started the same way, and by God's grace, we are all doing well. All right. So without wasting our time, I'll go to the next person, which is our consultant and our Godwin. Mr. Godwin, Mr. Godwin is a very good person to this. He's a founder and supportive even to the students. There are some other packages that Mr. Godwin himself provide to the students. Okay, so Mr. Godwin is going to tell us a little about just share knowledge and also to encourage. Then we also have Mr. Lawrence. Mr. Lawrence, also a senior data analyst, is currently in Nigeria. Very soon his status will change. So he's also give us some little advice. All right, Mr. Godwin.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us. And this has been a beautiful ride up to this point. Personally, I want to appreciate some of our past students that are here. We hear some good news from you guys, and for some of you, I would still encourage you to turn up the heat and move to the next level. Our industry is not one place. You don't stay one place. I always say that. You need to learn to expand the horizon, expand your knowledge, and consistent learning is the watchword. We have materials that we use here. After you have graduated, you have access to our Udemy. The Udemy that he just dropped for Ashraf just dropped. I'll be buying that, and it will be part of our Udemy lineup as well. So if you have access to that Udemy account, you already have access to what he just spoke about, and you can go and learn it. In a few minutes, I'll be buying that and adding it to our list of what we already have. We have more than 100 courses that you can learn from and improve, basically, from where you are. I was discussing with someone yesterday, with some group of people that I also mentor. I was telling them one thing. If you are not aware that the reason America is fighting China to bring low-pay jobs to America, if you don't know the reason, it's not because they want to take everything away from China. That's not the truth. The main truth is that from the end of this year to next year, Optimus Robot and more robotic companies will be rolling out in real time their product. In fact, they've already done testing. In fact, Tesla has been testing for more than 5 years. 5 years. They have already rolled out and started selling to individuals. In fact, if you have anybody that work in Amazon here, will tell you robots are already working in factory. What does that mean? It means that they are bringing back these companies to the United States, and Europe will follow. It is normal thing. China will drop because Europe will follow what US is going to do. And as Europe follows, Africa will follow. That's the fact. What does that mean for you and I? AI jobs will improve, will increase. Data analyst jobs will increase. Already in the United States, database administration job has increased. In fact, we have had exponential explosion of database administration job here in the United States and data analyst jobs. I have students that call me left, right, and center. Oh, I just got a job. Thank you. I just got a job. Thank you. Everyone is getting jobs. Why? Even though people are saying, oh, the economy is going down. It's not true. The reason is because these companies know they are already building infrastructure for that revolution of robots. Robots will start from this year ending and next year. So when it starts happening, it will not be a surprise to you. A lot of people are already saying that their menial jobs at Amazon has already been taken by robot. You know, so many things will be taken by robot. Who will not get affected? You and I. We will not get affected. So you are in the right industry. One thing that this industry respects is enthusiasm and just a little bit of concentration. If you concentrate to this thing, it's just like when you concentrate to God. You want to be a pastor, you call yourself. People say God called them. I don't know. But if you call yourself today and you go to the mountain, whatever it will be will talk to you. You will start hearing something when you start when you start fasting. That's the way this work is. If you concentrate enough, all this thing Alaka is doing, that I am doing, that Dele is now doing, we didn't learn it one day. We learn it over time. So this thing is respecter of somebody that has integrity, that is able to concentrate and say, this is my path, not be rigmaroling. You are confused. Is it this way I want to follow? Is it that way I want to follow? Which way will I follow? This is the problem. If you don't know, if you have not looked at your age and you are still concentrating on many things at the same time, it is confusing for you. You need to relax, circumspect, and see how to move forward. If you are in one place and you think this IT thing is not working for you, contact me. I will tell you a path to follow. I will tell you what to do. And if you do it, there is always 90% chance that you will succeed. There has not been anyone so far that has followed my metrics or the metrics that we give and not succeed, except people that don't want to do it. Anyone that has done it has been successful so far. So I started mentoring somebody 2 weeks ago, and he was, wow, he got 2 jobs at the same time. So this is not magic. This is something that anybody can do. So if you, Dele just spoke to us and he said he don't even use computer for anything apart from movies or some little Excel copy here and there. But now you don't only know Excel, you know SQL. Some of you know Oracle more than I do. And now you understand that every industry works with cloud, right? Cloud and integration, like booming. These things is just big name, big English. It's nothing. I tell you, something you can learn within 30 minutes and collect $100 and something thousand a year. That's what you are talking about. You can learn it within 30 minutes. Imagine, do you know that you can learn Power BI for 30 minutes? And that Power BI that you learned within 30 minutes, a Power BI expert in the company is collecting, our company is collecting $105,000. Just the same Power BI that you know how to do. So what was there? What are you talking about? So there is no excuse for you to say this thing is not working. If you are in Nigeria and you feel dejected, it's a lie. We have a lot of students in Nigeria that is getting jobs. Alaka, am I lying?
Correct.
Please.
Correct. You're right.
We have them. I have them. I talk to them all the time. They are working from home. We have remote workers in Nigeria. Nigeria that don't have light, too. We have remote workers, and multinational companies hire them. So this is what I'm talking about. You can do the same thing. For you, if you want to go abroad, I already laid down a model for you to do that. You want to do what Alaka did. He didn't do any juju or magic. It is a little formula we created and it worked. There is nobody it will not work for. So it can work for you. If you are in this industry, you should already know that when you are learning data analyst, you need to also glance through our Udemy to understand cloud integration. Understand Azure, understand AWS. It doesn't mean you need it. No, you don't need it. What does that mean? Just understand that it is the same SQL. When you talk about AWS, it might be AWS, it might be Azure ML, or it might be Azure SQL. Whatever it is, it's still SQL integration. All you need from there is to collect the data that will be flowing for you to do your work. So it's the same thing. Don't get confused. In case you are hearing cloud, it becomes big in your head. It is a lie. So all they try to sell to you makes big English, make big languages, even AI models, right? It is easy if you just understand the power of using data like you are already doing. So congratulations for joining us. And I hope you are coming here to learn and concentrate. If you do, success is part of you and success will be you. Wherever you are, you have helping hands here. Any of us that you contact will be willing to help you. We'll be there to always ensure that whatever you don't understand, we tell you the right way and not deceive you. Okay? Congratulations and thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Godwin. Thank you. All right, Mr. Lawrence, are you on the call?
Yeah, of course, I'm on the call.
Oh, great. Welcome, Mr. Lawrence.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. I want to say like a very big thank you to everyone who has spoken, like the previous speaker. And you guys have left me with nothing to say actually, except to like encourage our new students. I want to quickly, speak on ChatGPT, right? And then of course, AI, and then the way things are going. Like what has been emphasized is the fact that it's either you evolve or you die. That's just what has been, said so far. You can't stay at a place, and just be thinking that things will fall in place. You need to move with the trend, right? A lot of analysis has been done. Mr. Dele, analyzed, how we moved from one era to another era. And of course, we are moving to another era again, right? Which is, robotics, AI, and all that. So you can't afford, to be left behind. So speaking to ChatGPT, so in my place of work, we came up with, something, right? I'm in the ride-hailing space. And so we were looking at how to, get back drivers who have been with us and then who have, for some reason or the other, they've stopped, driving on the platform. So we termed that, churn driver reactivation. It was a new project. It's totally new, right, for us, right? And then first, what we did was to conceptualize it like, okay, what will happen? Okay, we get the driver. Okay, when we get them, what do? We kind of, conceptualize it. And I can tell you categorically that I was able to build a dashboard, that captures, from start to finish, reviewing the driver's account, reviewing blogs and all that. And I was able to achieve that first because I could conceptualize it. I could imagine or like create like a flow. So, okay, when we get driver, what happens next? Okay, if the driver falls in this category, what happens next? And, just like that. And that was because of the knowledge I had about data. Now, building this dashboard where ChatGPT came in, I needed to, write some scripts, some queries, Excel, and other. I knew what I wanted, but I could not totally put everything together. All I did was go to ChatGPT and say, okay, if this is in this column, I have driver in column A and I have driver ID in column B. Please help me with a formula that will do this, that will do that, that will do that. As I speak to you now, that dashboard is ready and it's functional. How was I able to achieve that? Because I knew the basics, right? I knew what I wanted and I was able to put it there. And then it returned, the script, the queries, the formulas. For some, I tried, it failed. I had to use my own knowledge again to tweak it again. And at the end of the day, that dashboard is working fine. And it's something we are thinking of scaling, right? Something we want to integrate into the app and then it will be functional on its own. But then somebody had to start, from somewhere. What am I saying in essence is that regardless of where you want to be, whether it's a data engineer, whatever it is you want to be, you need a starting point. And then we offer you like a very good starting point here at KZ Academy, right? Once you have that background, of course, you are able to, fly. I have a lot of old students who, reach out to me, they chat me up to say, thank you very much, you did this, you did that. And then the way it is structured, it's not for the money. I've had, a lot of persons say it here. And Mr. Dele has said it consistently that the money we charge, for the program is not even, enough. But we are not doing it for the money, right? We are trying to build a community. That's exactly what we are trying. We are trying to build a community because I know what other persons charge, for data-related courses and all that. Ours is not even, it's just like a peanut compared to it. But we are more interested in building a community, right? Where we are able to lift our people. If you see what is happening in the tech space with Indians, you understand that we have like a very long way to go. The average Indian person, they accommodate their persons. And that's why you have a lot of them like in the tech space. So also are the Chinese. But then we have such ecosystem for Africans, for Blacks. And that's exactly what we are trying to integrate. So I want to encourage us, right? And of course, we also offer a platform that allows you to split your payment. So we can't even say that money is the issue, right? So we encourage you, come on board. We have mentorship. You go through a class, you don't understand anything, feel free to reach out to any of our guys, any of our tutors. They are able to guide you and then, help you achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. I have a former colleague who was part of the last class, I reached out to her recently to say, how is it going? And she was like, yeah, the journey has been, very awesome. And I'm also, it's glad to know that she'll be one of the, speakers for tonight. So please, I want to encourage us, get on board and, join the moving train so that at the end of the day, you can also testify. So that's it from my own end. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lawrence, for that good speech. Thank you. I believe we are all on the same page. Please, if you still have question, please note it so that at the end of the section you can ask your question. So without wasting our time, we are going to go to the next. So the next is feedback from previous students. We have 4 students. We just picked them randomly. I mean, the first 2, they are currently working. The first one is working as one I mentioned is working as a software engineer. He went through this course as a data analyst and he got a job as a software engineer. The second person is working as a business analyst and strategist analyst, a remote job. Okay, then the third person is Dr. Edewusi. Edewusi. Dr. Edewusi. So in the last batch, this part of the last batch. Then we also have Sharon, which was also in this last batch. So then these are announcements for by next week. We are going to be having graduation for this current batch 7. We are going to be having graduation for them. They are going to be presenting their project. So we are inviting everyone. Please join. We are going to send the link. We are inviting you. Come and celebrate with them. Come and celebrate them. Come and listen to them. See what they can do. And for the new student, this will actually give you an idea on what you are going to learn, how well you need to prepare yourself. Okay, all right. So without wasting our time, currently Adewumi is in transit. If he comes, he's going to join. And Oluwaseun is also in a class. I mean, she's having a class. So let's start with Dr. Edewusi. Dr. Edewusi, please. If you're on the call, you can. I need to correct this name.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome, sir.
Sorry. Am I audible enough, please?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Good evening, all. From here is good evening. Yes, I want to appreciate the privilege given to me to be part of people Like you say it's randomly picked because in my class, I don't think I'm able to be the best. Not minding the age for then. So for being here is a privilege, and to be part of batch 7 to me, yeah, no regret at all. Like Mr. Adele Vidapo rightly mentioned, is my brother. He introduced me to this class, to this training. I want to appreciate him for the push. Oh, guy, you can do it. Ah, Dele, don't, you can. Today, I'm happy to say I have no regret. Dele, thank you. Hope you are still here. Thank you, Dele Vidapo. Thank you for the push again. No regret at all. I'm a better person now. And joining this academy also provided me with opportunity to meet dynamic people here in person of Oga Alaka, Oga Lawrence, and Oga Godwin, and my wonderful classmates too that I run to whenever I have challenges. I want to tell you that the training has been so impactful. I enjoy every bit of it. And to my new guys coming to batch 8, I want to tell you that you're in the right place. Not minding my background, I retired this time, around this time last year, after spending over 30 years in the banking industry. But by the time I'm pushed, and I'm now here now, I can see that it has provided me with opportunity to have a new tire. Not just retire, but I'm now having new tires to move on. That's the message. I have new tire to move on now. New hope, new beginning, new privileges and opportunities. Like the one earlier mentioned by Oga Godwin, Oga Lawrence, and others. So many, it's like widening your horizon. That's just the message. And I know very soon we are getting there. At the KC Academy too, we have good and listening, understanding tutors. And through this, I've been able to get the basic knowledge that I need to move on. I'm not saying we are there yet, but we can always build on what we've learned so far. Because these are the people that are always willing to support you, to give you necessary updates, especially on contemporary issues as related to IT. They will always tell you this is what is happening. And like Oga Dolapo said too, the last time we had training with Oga Godwin, to me, about LinkedIn, about our CV, to me, is a new beginning. And I can see we are getting there. To my colleagues in batch 8, all you need is dedication and a commitment. We have to forgo some pleasures. Dele knows me, I love premiership. But for this period, I just have to stop for now. And you have a very good time for your own lecture, batch 8. Premiership will start in August 16 or thereabout. So before then, you must have completed this. I want to assure you that you are in the right place. And I can also assure you that we are getting there together. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. All right, so Sharon, are you on the call?
Good evening. Yes, I am.
Right.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sharon and I'm in Nigeria. I want to thank everyone for the opportunity to be on this call and be able to speak. Mr. Damilola Edewusi has said a lot of all I would have loved to say, but special thanks go to Mr. Lawrence because he was the one that I saw the flyer from, and I reached out to him because beginning of the year was very rough for me, and to be honest, I didn't really have any other plan, so to say. I didn't have a plan B until I stumbled on Mr. Lawrence's LinkedIn, and I reached out to him to, get more insights about this. And then he told me that he was one of the lecturers in the school, and I felt very comfortable because he's someone that I know very well and I respect very well. So I was like, okay, I want to be part of it. And he plugged me in, and it's actually has been a very exciting journey. I have I have worked in a tech company for over 6 years, and a lot of the things that I was doing in the company is not compared to what I have learned here, because like everything I have learned in KZ is an expansion of everything I was doing in my former company. And I never really knew that there was something like that. So being in KZ has opened my eyes to a lot of things, data. I deal with a lot of data, but coming here and learning how to, clean data, analyze data, put them in a very nice dashboard. KZ has given me the opportunity, and I want to say a very big thank you to all of our lecturers, Mr. Lawrence, Mr. Alaka, Mr. Godwin. It's been an very, very inciting and exciting experience being here. I also want to appreciate my classmates. It's been interesting. There are some days that it's confusing, it's tiring, it's a lot, right? But one good thing about this academy is that your lecturers are very, very hands-on. Once you reach out to them, they can assist you whatever you need. Mr. Laka, Mr. Lawrence, like always ready to respond to your message. So that's one of the good things I like about this school. So to everybody, batch 8, yes, that is joining, I just want to say that it's the best place, really. I'm in batch 7. I'm not saying that I'm there yet, but so far I can say that I'm a data analyst, because there are a lot of things that I couldn't do 3 months ago. I can do them now with ease. So it's the best place, good lecturing, good time. The timing was another thing for me. So I want to encourage all of us that are just joining. It's a beautiful space, it's a learning curve. And to be honest, you would not regret being part of this school. So this is me saying thank you to our lecturers and wishing batch 8 all the very best as they continue in this session. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, Sharon. Thank you. So I believe
You're
we have
welcome.
had a lot today. We've had a lot. For the other two guys, they are not on the call yet. Okay. So we won't waste our time. So it's time for question and answer now. So for the new guys, do you have question? Another thing that we offer is, I mean, we encourage collaboration. We encourage collaboration. So one of the things we do is we are going to put you into learning group that you can learn from one another. So we also advise, if you have friends that you feel they should also benefit from these knowledge, please share the link with them. We are still accepting students. I mean, in many of our classes, at the middle, we have a lot of people trying to join us at the middle of the class. Try to tell them, okay, sometimes it's not possible, sometimes it's possible. So now, before we start, we are encouraging you. We have friends. This is real. This is real. This is real. We have a lot of testimonies. People are getting jobs. Some of them are on this course, a lot of testimonies. So if you have anyone that you feel you can recommend, you want to tell, bring them so that you can learn together. It's better when you learn together, because sometimes you are going to get tired. But when you have someone to pull your leg, someone to encourage you, someone to ask you about if you have done your assignment or not, that is going to help you, and you are going to win together. Okay, so it's time for question. If you have question, you can put up your hand, and we'll be glad to answer your question on everything from the beginning to the end, from the AI to the opportunities, and you have the floor now if you have question. Okay, so if there is no more question, so once again, we are inviting you to our graduation and presentation for our current batch. Some of them, they are on this call now, and I hope they are happy. So by next week, we are going to be having they'll be having their presentation, and we are going to be seeing. I mean, they have done beautiful jobs. I've seen some of them have reached out to me. I was able to see a little of what they have done. I mean, they did well. Those are the things we encourage you to do, this type of project, so that you can upload it on LinkedIn, upload it on this different portal, and people will see. What I used to tell people is, I mean, when I got the current job I'm doing, I got a call directly. I was in Nigeria, and I got a call that, are you interested in this job in Qatar? And by God's grace, everything paid. fully paid, all expense paid, and I'm earning very good amount of money. I got that is because of these skills. And why? Because I was able to put what I'm doing, put it online, let people see it. So when you're uploading your work, your project, that's why we encourage our students, even the students that have graduated, we encourage them. When you learn this skill, do project, work on projects. Don't just learn it and leave it like that. When you work on project, upload it on this platform. A lot of people are seeing it. They might not call you immediately, but they have seen what you have done. And I told in Qatar, we have some. I work in a bank. Even I was speaking with my manager today. They told me that we just employ another Nigeria. Why? Because my team, the way I worked, they see that okay. So if this, I was the only Nigerian in my, Nigerian in the bank. So the way I work, they were able to see that okay, if someone can work like this, it means people from Nigeria, they are good. So as a result of that, they're employing more people. And we have I have a particular bank that they have a space for Nigerian, a space that this particular role is only Nigeria that we want to occupy that post. So not only in Qatar, in several countries like that, we have it. So when you are not informed, you'll be deformed. It's just information. Once you have the information and you are in the right place and you are prepared, you can't wait for opportunity. The moment opportunity comes, it is too late to prepare. So everything you are doing now, we've not seen the job, but you are preparing yourself. You are putting yourself in that place whereby once the job comes, then you catch it. During my turn, before I came here, I prepared myself. If I wasn't prepared, they reach out to me, and if I told them that, oh, sorry, I could not do this, or during the interview, I wasn't able to answer some question, that is how it's going to go. Okay, so this opportunity is for you to prepare yourself. Prepare for the opportunity so that once the opportunity comes, it will not be too late for you. So if you still have any question, please, we have a community group chat, a group page on WhatsApp. Send message to us. We'll be happy to answer you. And we also have a website, kzsolution.net. Visit our website. You see testimonies from students. Reach out to us. Let us know ask questions. Let us know more about you. And if you want to know more about us, we are always available to answer you. So thank you, everyone, once again. So we'll put the recording. So you will all have access to the recording, to the video recording. We'll make sure we upload it on our repository, and we are going to give you the link to rewatch the video if you want to rewatch it. So thank you once again. Have a lovely and wonderful. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
All right, good night.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you, sir.
Good night.